Hello everybody, this is Paula. Welcome back to my channel. Today this is my official 2023 stack video. And I always have a hard time with stack videos because there's a lot of stuff here, but really it's a variety of purposes and a lot of them I don't touch very often. And I used to think it was like, not that there's anything wrong with it, but just really not understanding how people could use so many planners. Like, are we just, duplicating the information across the board? No, it's the different purposes. So, I guess I'll just start and work my way from left to right here. That's gonna bug me, but I can see those. Right, so first up, power sheets. I'm also not going to go super in depth with all of these because I will probably be doing an in-depth video, like a setup in each of these, and I have actually on some of them as I'm going through them. But so power sheets, this is my first year in power sheets. I've never done actually any kind of goal setting or anything like that before, so the prep work was really interesting. I am excited to get just to kind of get a feel for it this year, see what I think of it, working on, I guess, just, personal growth and development. Sorry, I'm moving the camera while I'm doing this. I didn't like the angle that I had there. So yeah, this is my power sheet. So far, I'm just working through, it's about time to do the February review here since I'm filming this on the last day of February, and then getting into my March things and getting into that tending list. One thing that I have been doing or trying to figure out how to kind of make it work is where to put the tending list. For my my January tending list, I was in my 8.5 by 11, so I just washi taped it on the back cover of the plum paper underneath the plastic portion. For the February tending list, I've kind of have it randomly, the tasks randomly in my EDC in just some different spots. I don't need to open it right now, but it's just figuring out where I can put the tending list because I love the tending list and it's got great information, but I need to find a place to put it where I look at it every day because I do not come back and reference this every day, but I think it has really great information that if I can find a good way to incorporate it somewhere else, this will be great. So anyway, ready. I need to get back and work on the March setup for that. The next thing, just kind of going left to right by size. This is an Erin Condren 7x9 notebook, lined notebook that I actually I'm doing some budgeting in. For this year, I had it set up in an 8.5 by 11 Erin Condren notebook. I enjoyed the size better, but it was the dot grid, and I had it all set up. And after I set it up, I just felt like it. While the pages were bigger, the dot grid was a lot smaller writing space, and I hadn't given myself enough lines, and it was really frustrating me. So I have always been a person that's like, no, like start to finish, I gotta commit, can't waste money. And I was like, I can't, like it has to work for me, especially for my budgeting. I'm very, very type A with my budgeting. I'm very thorough. I'm very focused on that in a lot of ways. So that definitely, wasn't the vibe for me. So I started with the second paycheck of February, and then just kind of went forward with all the setting up. And I don't even have them all. I just set up 2 in March to give myself a chance to see if I like it before I commit to it, or like if I need to change like how I'm laying them out so I'm not wasting the paper like I did last time. I also have at the back, I have a sinking fund tracker for the things that we keep track of that we don't pay, every month, like saving up for vehicle registration, a summer daycare bill, our LP to heat our home and car insurance we pay every 6 months, gas we buy in bulk, so we save up money and they fill a barrel, and so I have to have the money to fill the barrel. For Christmas, property taxes, vehicle repairs, and I usually put aside some money for tattoo fund for myself. This is my savings challenge that I created to save up $1,000 emergency fund. This is just, and again, I've never tracked sinking funds this way. I've always just kind of tracked it like this and looked at the numbers. And then as I start to buy people Christmas gifts and I take things out of there, I just add and subtract. But I thought it might be fun to do a sinking fund, a visual to go along with it. That's what I'm looking for. So I made up one of those on Canva and printed it out. And then I just have a due date. I got some Planner Kate freebies, so I just put the applicable ones on the applicable dates and then put in some other ones for reminders of due dates for bills. And that's about all I have in here right now. I do have an Erin Condren. I think this is the large size sticky adhesive pocket. It doesn't hold a whole lot, but it does hold, you know, a couple bills can be thrown in there until I sit down to pay them or whatever. But so that is my budget notebook for this year currently. We showed this, so this is my Wonderland 222 A5 work planner. I'm not going to go through it because a lot of the information is, you know, there's family's initials and stuff that I had all sticky noted up when I did that video, but just so you know that this is the same one, still using it the same way. I did the February review today while I was at work, my February review, and started into my March monthly tasks. As I said, it's the last day of February. So that is my work planner, Wonderland 222 A5. I have also showed this. This is not a planner. It is my journals that I'm currently in, my wellness log, my lined notebook that I'm doing some journaling prompts in. Admittedly, not very good at it since I started it. And this is my gratitude journal. I've been pretty consistent with doing that every day since the beginning of the year. I'm enjoying it. It's nothing too long. It doesn't take a whole lot of thought. It's like one basic prompt. And my habit trackers are in there in an Erin Condren Petite Folio. So that is kind of the journaling system that I'm currently in. I was at Walmart today, and I saw a 5-year journal. There were 3 different journals that were like journal prompts, guided journals that I thought were really interesting. So I took pictures of them. I don't know if I need to like hint at my husband or something like, hey, I want these for my birthday. But anyway, this is what I'm currently in for journaling. Journaling has never been anything that I've done, so I'm trying to start small and just being more intentional with the practices during the day, things that I do, the way I frame what's going on. You know, if you kind of address adding those positive thoughts to my mind and focusing on those things instead of letting yourself become more negative is helpful. So that's my intentional mindset. This is the Erin Condren A5 Daily Duo. Technically, I am not in this planner, but I did put it in my stack because I do go back and just to use the stickers that I bought and feel bad about feeling like I wasted. I do go in and just kind of use the stickers and fill out kind of what happened during the day. So that's kind of where we're at. Or where I'm at that point. Not really, I don't know if you'd consider it part, I don't really consider it part of my stack, but when I was saying I'm putting together my entire stack, technically I am working in this every now and again. When I run out of the timed stickers, I assure you it will get put away and probably won't get brought back out, but I do enjoy it. And this one I have not talked about at all on here. This is Sprouted Planner, the monthly. And so the purpose for this guy is I know I've said, kind of briefly mentioned it, that my husband and I farm. We started farming. My dad passed away in 2019 unexpectedly, and he farmed his entire life and died with a crop in the field. So we started 2020 and have kind of made some changes and additions since then, but we took over in 2020, not took over, but we started and rent the farm ground from my mom now that my dad is deceased. Anyway, so we farm. And so that has been a whole new ball game as far as learning books and tax prep for having your own business, especially one on the scale anyway. Farming has its own kind of set of tax implications. But anyway, so what this planner is, this is something that I need to keep at least through you know, like I'm just now kind of have my taxes finalized for last year with my accountant. He just emailed me yesterday saying that they were ready for me to go in and pick up. But like, this is information that I need to know, that I need to keep track of, basically just for the farm. I did think it would be interesting on this calendar, because I've never done anything like this before, to use my dot markers just to see the year as a whole, what days we're in the field doing what, planting, harvesting, picking, rack, tillage, and just kind of color coding those to see the year at a glance of what we were doing in the fields. I think that will be just kind of a cool way to use the pages. I don't really ever reference holidays in a master list, and I don't reference this planner much at all. Notes pages, which are super handy. I don't know that I'm going to use them, but it's nice that they're there. So this just essentially has anything, you know, sometimes I do get carried away with events. So, because I keep this for a while, this is probably the thing that I archive, because I might need to look back. So we purchased a piece of equipment that day. Last year's operating note was due. We drove 142 miles to go and look at and purchase this grain cart. We paid off our operating note that day. We got our grain check. We bought an old truck. They spread lime on our fields. You know, our grain cart was delivered. Snow day. Signed a new operating note with a bank. And then I did put in there, my husband works for the local county, and so during snowstorms, he works overtime clearing snow oftentimes, so I did put some of his overtime days in there, but not all of them. So I'm not, sometimes it's one of those things that really the important things are the things specifically related to the farm. Sometimes it is nice to look back and see what kind of overtime hours he worked this year, but do I need it? Not really. So if it gets in there, great. If it doesn't, fine. I made notes when we were sick. Again, 2 notes pages in between. Getting into February, kind of the same thing. We hauled grain, we bought a livestock trailer, we started building a shed. I need to update. I'm not there yet. We purchased some hogs that day. So just, these are all farm related things. And just any kind of like extra large type things that I might need to look back on to refer to, when did we buy this? When did we pay for this? When did this happen? Because generally farm related stuff is tax related stuff. So that's kind of what this is. I am just kind of using my year full of themed washi in here. What was I going to say? Oh, excuse me. There's 2 notes pages between every month. Not that I won't use them. I might. Hard telling, but I really like, this is a great quality all in general. Lots of places for notes. If you were using this for more than like a really specific purpose. And I love the lined monthlies because my handwriting is large and rogue. And so I really need the structure of a line telling me where to write, or I would probably fill up the whole box with one, phrase, and that's just really not necessary. So that is our little farm reference book. And then the last planner, which I have probably shown this a little bit on every video. This is my everyday carry. This is the ride or die. She goes everywhere with me. Wonderland 222 A6. I have our important dates. I have our tracking for things for our home. This is kind of where I've been putting tending list stuff. There's things that I track in there. Home projects, wish list, a spread to track different weird things that happen to all of our family members. Future log, and then just going into my weeklies. And my monthlies. And my dailies. I can take that out. So just messy. Look at the mess. Always with the mess. There was something else I was going to say and I just lost my train of thought. Oh, so these tabs. I recently bought the notebook to fill out the rest of the year here in my everyday carry. So I also ordered these tabs that Wonderland 222 has because I was intrigued and they were really reasonably priced. And I put them on and I like them just because they are a little bit smaller, take up a lot less room or what have you, than like the Post-it ones that I had on there. But, and I'm certain that it's operator error. Like, I'm not trying to say that it's a bad product or that it's their fault, but I really struggled trying to get them even. And I was even trying to line them up with, like, you know, these little boxes and stuff are on the pages. I tried really hard, and like, it doesn't bother me that they're uneven, but it might bother some people. It's just, again, who I am as a person, a little bit on the messier side. Anyway, so that is my entire planner stack. If you call all of those things, they aren't all planners. So it is definitely deceiving to call them all planners. This is my main planner. This is my work planner. This is a random thing I decorate for fun. Journals. This is my budget. Long before I was a planner, I have a budget. Like, I have bills to pay and a family to support. So whether you don't have to actively track what you spend because you make way more than enough, you know, way more comes in than goes out, so you don't have to think about it, or whether you're on a tight budget because you need to be or because you want to be, I think everybody takes care of their bills in some capacity. Farm, general reference calendar, and goal setting system. I'm working on some personal betterment stuff. So thanks for watching. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more of my random messiness in days, weeks to come. And thank you all, and have a fantastic day.